name is Jane Ann Carver. I'm an RN that has been a volunteer for hospice since 2013. Well, as a nurse, I started. In 2001, I retired from the state. Believe it or not, I was a prison nurse. And one of my best friends was in charge over here. And she said, I need you to come work for hospice. And I did, and it's the best job I ever had. I only quit in 2013 because my own husband was crashing and I needed 24 hours a day. And I know the services that they provide and how valuable it is. I do about 4 or 5 different things. I was just speaking with a group of potential volunteers about all the choices they have if they come to volunteer for hospice, but my particularly field is just respite. Now that I'm retired, I can go and sit with families, a loved one if they want to go to the store, they have a doctor's appointment, and of course they are unable to leave their loved one alone. And I also do something called touch therapy. Hospice experts have developed some essential oils for different purposes. And I go into nursing homes and private homes and do massages, foot and hand massages with essential oils. Pretty soothing to people. Even if they're sick enough that they're not really aware, they seem to enjoy it. And I also recently took a course for hospice called Bereavement Companion, where we follow up deaths with phone calls to help the social workers out to just check on people and see how they're doing after losing their loved one, to see if they need any extra support as far as group or one-on-one counseling if they're struggling. I have done what we call 11th hour, when patients are getting fairly close to crossing over and the family just doesn't want to leave them alone, and yet they need some rest. I have gone into homes and stayed with people during that end part of their transition. There are, of course, others. There's the crafts and the veterans program, and some people are not comfortable going into homes. And I'll tell you something else that's going on right now, and it's a Thursday, and there's somebody calling all of the patients' homes and saying, look, the weekend's coming up. Do you have everything you need? And if they need more supplies, if they are out of a particular medicine, we can see that happens, because I can guarantee you from when I was working for them, the weekends can get crazy busy, and you don't want to have to take your time up from emergencies taking needed supplies out. Come and sign up. Give it a try. You'll fall in love with it. You know, you might be worried about whether you can really provide anything tangible or useful, but believe me, you absolutely can, and you will be rewarded for it. It's selfish. You're feeding your own heart. It's just as simple as that. You do what you do because it feeds your heart. And I can't imagine sitting home twiddling my thumbs, or even just doing something like crafts, which is important. We need to create. I just feel like that's why we're here. We have to give back. That's how our veterans get their blankets and their commemorations when we find out we've got a veteran. That's how families get a memory teddy bear after their loved one dies. It's something they can hold on to. It's made of a special article of clothing. That's how they get to go out to go to a meeting that they've always been able to go to. The services that a volunteer can provide are, you can't quantify them, and you can't repay people for doing the things that we do. They're little, but they matter.